Hey, good evening. How you doing? My name is Chris. I'm joined by Matt, and we are the Live by the Three Sports Podcast. How you doing, Matt? Tyler be on shortly. He's in transit right now, so it's just me and Matt. How you doing this evening, Matt?
Victory Tuesday. Let's get it.
Yeah,
Victory
exactly.
Tuesday.
Yes, indeed. How was your week?
My week has been going good. Had a good weekend. Capped off by my boys getting a dub. The Jets, Jets, Jets. Got a big win on Sunday, so wasn't looking good for most of the game. But then last 2 minutes went crazy, and we pulled out a big win. So that capped off a good weekend. So I'm still fired up about that. When I'm back on my podcast, back on social media, checking everything out, because when they lose, I go on a hiatus because I don't want to get depressed. So but this weekend and this week's been good with some good vibes going on with the squad.
Yeah, it was definitely a great weekend in sports. Starting off with the Kansas City and the Los Angeles game. That game was pretty entertaining.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, your Jets pulled it out, and Flacco looked good. So that
He
was
did. Gotta give it to him. He looked good.
gotta give it to him. And yeah, the weather's been really, really nice. Just running around the city, not too hot, not too cold. It's been very it was a very good week.
That looks
Very
like it's
good week.
about to. That looks like it's about to change though. After this weekend, it's like we had a couple of 80s, and then tomorrow 70s, and then Friday 60s, and then just low 70s. It's looking like. So I'm feeling like the summer might be over. Time for fall. That's what it's looking
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Well, football's here. I don't care. The
Yeah,
weather.
yeah, 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 yeah.
As a matter of fact, do you like to go out to sporting events, or do you like to watch them at home or in the bar?
It depends. College basketball games, I definitely like being there in person. NBA games are cool. I've only been to a couple of NFL games live, so I can't say. And the one thing that I never have done is, well, the two main sporting events that I've never done that are kind of on my bucket list is I've never been to like a big time boxing match,
Yeah.
and I've never been to like a big time college football game, like So I have two. I have those two like on my bucket list of like sporting events I want to do. Going to like a heavyweight or a championship boxing match. Whether at Madison Square Garden or something like that. And big time college football game, like maybe check out like LSU or Notre Dame or something like that with like a big time atmosphere to kind of check that out. So for now, like I said, college basketball games, like going to like a game at the Garden or at a crazy arena, those are fun. Um, you know that NBA games are fun. But so I have to say the most of my time, when I'm a fan going to, it's watching it on TV. But going to a game's not bad. Good time. As long as you don't have to worry about parking and all that, all of that. That the
Yeah.
downside of that stuff. But but otherwise, it's a lot of fun.
What about you, Tyler? What's up? How was your week? What's going on? Salute.
Salute, how y'all doing? Sorry, I'm late. I was stuck in a little bit of traffic.
All right. Well, you here now.
What
What's
we talking
good?
about? What we talking about?
Nah, I was like, do you prefer live sports or do you like sports at home or in a private setting?
I prefer sports at home in a private setting.
Why is that?
Because you have you have a greater access to a variety of sports. So like when I'm
Yeah.
watching NFL, I put on Red Zone. I can watch different sports based off of different games based off of what's going on within the game. Um, Live is cool, but you only stuck to that particular game. You don't get to jump to different games based off of the tempo of the game.
Yeah, see, I like it during like regular season, like being at home, but like for big games or big moments, or like you remember the steroid era when we were waiting for Barry Bonds to break the all-time home run record from Hank Aaron, like being outside with a bunch of strangers and the energy and everybody waiting for every at bat for him to hit that home run it was magnetic. It was something I never felt like. Or Tiger Woods when he was at the Masters and we were waiting for him and he has like this incredible score and he goes on a run. Being around a bunch of strangers for like
That,
record-setting moments is
that's how
way
you
better
spent
than
your
being at
life,
home.
Chris.
Huh?
That's how you spent your life. I can't relate, but I empathize with you, brother. What about you, Matt? You were spending
Um,
moments. I know I'm not even going to touch on the other topic, but have you like waited outside and did that type of stuff like Chris talk about?
nah. I haven't, I haven't waited outside for, one thing I do, I do find weird though, and I would love to get y'all take on this. So with the Jets game, right? There was a
Yeah,
big thing, but the big thing that a lot of people were talking about, like on call-in shows and stuff like that, was because the Jets were down 30-17, and people were saying, oh, I turned the TV off. And then you see all the time at sporting events, like if a team is down or whatever, like people start leaving. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And that's one thing I never got that. Like I never, you know what I mean? Like if you're staying to watch the game, like stay to watch the game. Like why are you leaving early? Like, that part of it I never understood why people do that. And then, then it was a bunch of people talking about, oh yeah, I turned the game off, because it was 2 minutes left and they were down 13. And then I didn't even know that they won. I came back and got an alert on my phone, and I'm like, "Yeah, you turned the game off. Like, why? Why are you
Yeah, it had to happen.
like watch the
Yo,
yeah,
game? Like, what are you mad about? Like, okay, you're upset because your team lost or he's losing or whatever, but keep watching the game or stay at the game. Like, why? And they, there were stories of people that left the stadium because they thought, oh, the Jets are about to lose, and then they missed the whole comeback. So it's just like, why are you leaving? Like, you're still gonna get stuck in traffic. You still got to get to your car. You still got to do it. Like, what's the point of that? I don't get it. But
do y'all remember when the Heat was playing in the playoffs and they was losing bad,
yeah.
and then the fans left, and then they came back and then they
yeah,
locked them out.
yeah, as they
They
should
locked
have.
the doors so they couldn't come
Yeah,
back.
as they
Yeah,
should have.
yeah, that was funny.
As they should have. I
That
don't.
was
I don't
So,
funny.
get that.
so listen, Matt's team, the Jets won. He did a victory lap when we started.
Yes,
Tyler,
sir.
Did he?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
what was your victory lap this weekend? What
Um,
sporting event had your attention?
there was a lot of games. My Bucks they won again, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, it was
Y'all
a
had a
Just
close
business as
rumble.
game too.
usual. Just a
Y'all,
regular Sunday. Nothing like nothing
it
spectacular,
was. It was.
nothing
It
they big
wasn't a
excited
regular.
about.
It wasn't a regular Sunday. Y'all had a rumble.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, that
but
was a
we
close one.
came out on top. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We ain't have to do no onside kicks or nothing like that.
Oh.
No trickery, no foolery. We just do what we do.
Oh
Wake up,
man,
handle business, and then, call it a day.
All right. Okay. And
You know
listen,
what I'm saying? I
I'll
was
tell you
happy that
how.
the Jets won, though.
Yeah.
To be a football fan, I was excited to see that they won. The way they won. That was dope. That was
Hey man,
dope.
I'll take it however we can get it.
yeah. For me, the biggest game of the weekend was the Miami Baltimore game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Hmm.
that
And the
was.
craziest thing of that game was that like Miami has never put that many points in the fourth quarter in the history of that franchise.
Yeah.
And so for them to come back being down, they were down what 35, what was it, 35-7 or something like
Yeah. It was.
that. And
Yeah. It was big. It
it
was
was
big.
crazy to come back in the fourth quarter and just drop them bombs.
Hmm. Yeah.
That was interesting. I don't. I'm like, if that's how we start in the season, it's going to be a very, very interesting season.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, there
also
was a lot of good games.
there were a lot of good games, but the thing I want to say though with the football this year, illegal contact, that call is going to be killing every. It's disgusting the way they keep with that one call. Everyone is like, you don't know if it's going to be called back, and it's crazy. Like the legal contact call is just ridiculous. That seems to be the go-to for the refs in the first two games.
Yeah.
Hmm.
A lot of times that stuff is like point of emphasis, like over the summer or whatever, and the head of the officials get on guys like, oh, we want to clean this up, we want to clean this up, so they start
Yep.
calling that stuff real heavy at the beginning of the season,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
as the season goes on, then it's they starting to soften it up a little bit, but they get their marching orders, in the off season, like, all right, we want to clean up this aspect of the game, and so they call it crazy at the beginning of the season, and then it calms down a little bit as it goes on because it's like, all right, we can't blow the whistle every every possession, throw a flag every possession.
And then I want to say something else too. The coach for Baltimore should be on the hot seat. That was how do you he called a terrible game when you get a quarterback that gives you 35 points and you can't protect that lead. I know they have a lot of injuries on defense, But even at some point, the play calling, they took their foot off the gas and they were calling dumb plays. And I'm sitting there like, keep attacking, keep going. And I felt like once it hit 35, they started chilling. And everybody wants to blame the quarterback. I had nothing to do with the quarterback. The play calling was terrible. And the defense too, but the play calling is terrible. Did you guys watch the game or not?
That game was going on the same time as the Jets game, so I wasn't switching over. But they were referencing it as the Jets were going on, and they were just because obviously it's AFC East, and we played the Ravens the week before, so they were referencing it during the game and showing highlights here and there. And they listen, two or through 6 touchdowns, man. Like like they wasn't expecting that, but they got really good wide receivers, and those guys are fast. So like you said, they probably did take the. They're like, all right, just keep these guys in front of us because they're too fast if we play aggressive, and then and people don't believe in Tua like that, and he showed improved. So hey, that's how it went.
They 2-0.
Yeah,
they're 2-0. Mm-hmm.
Also, what I'm noticing too,
they got the Bills too coming up. That's gonna be a good game.
That's the game. We're gonna get to that. That's when we go to next week. But I'm also noticing that the running game isn't as important as these wide receivers are wearing out defenses, and you're not gonna in the first half you see it a little bit, but in the second half these defenses are just too slow and too tired, and these wide receivers that have that quickness, they are just destroying these defenses. And I wouldn't be surprised that the teams that make the playoffs or at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the season have one of these receivers.
Oh yeah,
like who? Sure. Who are you talking about? Like who? Kind of receivers?
Like for Buffalo, they have Diggs, right? For Miami, they got the cat from Kansas City. What's his name? Tyreek Hill, right? And is there another speedy wide receiver too on another team? Let me see. Also, if the Rams get back my man from the Giants, what's his name? If he comes back, he's going to be a problem too. But that's
Beckham.
Yeah, Beckham comes back.
He didn't sign with nobody yet, though, right?
Nah, but it's looking like they're going to re-sign him though.
I heard he might go to the Jets.
Nah, we're good. We're good. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, don't do it like that.
He's talented, but he's not what we're trying to do right now. We're going with the youth movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think y'all did. I can't even say anything about that.
What's that?
Speedy
receivers?
Well, the Dolphins got 2, right? They got Hill that they just got, and then they have another one too. They have 2 guys that are pretty good.
They got Waddle.
Waddle.
Right. And then,
their running back is fast too.
Yeah, they're all over the league, like because the Jets have Cincinnati coming up next week, so they got Jamar Chase, so
How you think? What's your prediction for that game?
Which one?
Cincinnati Jets.
See, I could go in a lot of different directions with this. I'm gonna try to trend to the positive, but we're playing. We're coming off a big win. The Cincinnati is not playing well. They're 0-2, but Burrow is good. They have a good team. Their offensive line is not great, so we could possibly put some pressure on them, but they're kind of in a must-win situation. And I'll be honest with you, like, this is the type of game where in the past the Jets have not done well. You come off a big win, everybody's sky high, like, oh, maybe the Jets are figuring it out, and then that next game comes, and then we lay an egg. So
how much y'all gonna lose by?
It's at home. I don't think we're gonna get blown out. I don't.
Like, what you comfortable with? What number are you comfortable with?
I'm gonna go. We win on a field goal. Win by.
Oh, y'all winning. Okay.
All right. So let me put it to you this way. So the Jets beat the Cincinnati lost to Pittsburgh by 3.
Yep.
Right. And so Cincinnati, they just lost to who? They lost to Dallas. Right?
Yep.
The Jets ain't got no Dallas defense. The Jets ain't got no Pittsburgh defense. Cincinnati's a better team than this record, and they lost to 2 good teams. The Jets, who did you just beat? Let me look at my records here. You beat Cleveland, And they missing a massage guy, right? So you beat a team with a what's their quarterback name? I don't even know.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah,
He's
so
good though.
yeah,
Briscoe's good though.
yo, I
He's
love
good.
brisket. You ever had brisket with some barbecue sauce?
No. He's good. He's good. He's a
Nah,
good quarterback. He did
so
well in
yeah.
Listen,
Indianapolis.
this is all I'm gonna say about that, Chris. That's why you play the game.
No, but this is what I'm gonna say. Cincinnati's the type of team they play ugly, right? And Flacco doesn't do well against teams like Cincinnati, and that's why I say it's going to be very interesting. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I'm
You
just
talking
saying.
about Super Bowl champion Flacco?
Well, he ain't Super Bowl Flacco champion now, is he? Right? That's what 10 years ago.
Cincinnati got more pressure than the Jets do. So the Cincinnati lose,
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
yeah. That's yeah. If they lose, yeah, but I don't think they're going to lose. I don't think they're going to lose. But speaking of which, though, but the game that I want to see is the one that you just mentioned when you first got on. Is that Miami Bills game is going to be crazy. But the thing is, we just lost Matt. All right, Matt, come back soon. Now, the thing is that the Bills are like 3-0 against Miami. I don't think this quarterback. I don't think he's ever lost to Miami yet. Like he owns them. Hello?
I'm here. You get me?
Oh, I thought you were frozen.
No.
Yeah,
I
but
want
it's
to see.
gonna
I
be.
want to see the Cowboys and the Giants.
Monday. That's Sunday
2
night
and
or
0, 2 and 0 Giants.
Monday
That's gonna
night.
be a
That's Monday
goodie.
night.
That's Monday night.
Yeah,
2
but
and 0 Giants.
you do realize though the Giants ain't really playing anybody.
They still 2 and 0.
They 2-0, but they ain't
They
playing
still
nobody
2 and
yet.
0.
I just want to see how that Dallas defense and I don't trust Jones. I want to see how that. See, during the regular season, Dallas is reliable. It's the postseason when they start choking. But I'm taking Dallas.
I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah, I'm
Where they
taking
play at?
Dallas.
They play in. They play
Playing
here
in the
too.
Meadowlands.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
But
good
a
game.
good defense travels, and I think that Dallas going up into the Giants with that defense, they're gonna shut Joe. I'm wondering if Jones is gonna make it out the game. Like I don't trust the quarterback for the Giants.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
And I think you could run, but once you get your quarterback throwing turnovers and then you down, that running game going to get shut down too because you're going to need to throw it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But so we'll see. But that Dallas defense is that's why I said they bounced back last week. Hey, who did Dallas beat this past? They
They beat the
bounced back
Bengals.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, their defense is really really good. Another thing this week coming up is there's a revenge game. There's what coach it's not Seattle. What oh man, the Detroit, Minnesota, or is it who Lovie Smith coaches now? Oh, Chicago versus Houston.
But he been in Houston for a minute though, right? He was there last year.
Nah, maybe
It's not his
last
first
year.
year.
Oh, this might be somewhere.
Might be
I
his
don't know.
second year.
Nah, I think it's his first year. Yeah, it's his first year. And he's going back to Chicago at Chicago.
I think he been in 2 years. He was in college.
Nah, Lovie Smith wasn't the coach last year of Houston.
Huh?
Matt, do you know who the coach was last year for Houston? But anyway,
He was the associate coach and defensive coordinator.
right.
He was there.
He was there, but he wasn't the head coach. And I don't think they played last year. So he's going back to Chicago. He was with Chicago for a long time.
Oh, somebody got put it on Wi-Fi. Put it on Wi-Fi.
Put it on Wi-Fi, Matt. You know what's crazy? Also, it's crazy that not the Arizona. There's another game that I'm like, the Detroit Minnesota game everybody's gonna be on the bandwagon of Detroit because they had a good game. But I think they're gonna go into Minnesota and get destroyed.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna go into because in the NFL, it always happens when a team is like they have a great game, they get high, and then they play in a team that just lost and got destroyed. and then you're going into Minnesota. You're going into Minnesota, and I just see them bouncing back and destroying the Detroit. I think if the game was in Detroit, I would think differently.
Detroit, what's their records?
But I don't see them
1-1.
going into Minnesota. I think Minnesota's going to bounce back.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's see what they 1-1. Well, that division is pretty much wide open because everyone is 1-1.
Yeah.
Everyone, Bears, them, Packers. They play the Broncos. They probably.
Yeah.
They play the Bucks.
Wait, the Bucks is the only 2-0 team, right? Well, no, the Bucks not in that division. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm. No, the Bucks. The only 2-0 team is the Bucks, the Bills, the Dolphins, the Chiefs. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything's pretty much wide open.
And I think Atlanta's going to go into Seattle and win. I think that's going to be an upset.
So. You think so?
Mm-hmm.
By how much?
I'm going to circle. Nah, I just think they're going to win. I don't know about points and spread. I just think they're going to win.
No, I don't think they're going to go to Seattle. They 0-2.
Yeah, they are, but Seattle sucks. Their defense is down. Their offense is not good. And I can see Atlanta going in and sneaking out with a win.
Oh, the Eagles are 2-0 too.
Yep, and the Eagles are going into the Commanders. Yeah, I still can't say that name without laughing.
Yeah, that's a horrible name.
The Commanders. Like, who the hell? Yeah, who came up with that name, man? But another thing, like I said, Jameis, there's a lot of injuries too, which is going to dictate a lot of things. Also, I think Tennessee is in trouble because I think it's a wrap for Derrick Henry's on the down. Like they need to take him off a lead back and put him with a split or 3-back set or something because Derrick Henry's he's hitting that what is he 27 now? He's hitting that age where he's not running like he used to.
Yeah,
like I'm seeing him run into walls. Huh?
He takes a beating.
Yeah, but he used to run and even if you tackled him, it hurt you. Mm-hmm. Like he always fell forward. Now he's falling back.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about Mike Evans' suspension?
Mike Evans?
Mm-hmm.
What was he suspended for?
For pushing Lattimore. Lattimore and Tom Brady was getting into it, and then he just came and just shoved him to the ground.
He got suspended for that?
One game. Yeah.
By the league or by the team?
By the league.
Oh, wow.
He's appealing it though, but yeah, he got suspended.
Yeah, I don't think you should be.
I think I saw this. I think they said that they upheld the suspension.
They upheld it?
Wow, that's not good.
Yeah, I see it right now. Yeah, missed week 3 against the Packers.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, I missed. I was bouncing off. I was watching. Hey Matt, you twist your camera around. Hey Matt, twist your phone around. But I was watching. I was bouncing around a lot of games on the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. They might have showed that play, but I don't remember saying. Was he suspended after the game or during the game?
No, he suspended after the game. Well, he got kicked out during the game, and then they suspended him, and then he appealed it.
What team is he on again?
Who, Mike Evans?
Oh, he's on Tampa Bay, right?
Tampa Bay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with that team, man. I don't know. It started with like the from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is like the chemistry on that team is bad. Like they're winning, but they're not getting along on offense or like I actually defense is pretty good, but the offense chemistry is terrible. There's a lot of negative energy going in. Even when you watch like quarterback is cursing everybody.
I'm just listening. I'm trying to figure out where you go with this. Okay.
Nah,
they got the same exact team. The only person that had it pretty much is Julio Jones.
No, what I'm saying is there's still negative. It's not like your quarterback don't look like he's happy on that team, man. And he's cursing the rookies out. He's angry all the time and not like
who, Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's not really, the energy on that offense ain't good. Mm-hmm. Like he's like angry, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'm not on the Commanders, Dawn. Stop, cut it out, man. But nah, I'm just saying, like, you don't see it when you watch the game. So you think
No.
you think it's something I'm making up?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you talk about right now.
Yeah, I'm saying it's negative energy with your quarterback on that team coming out from his retirement back in. It's not that offense ain't clicking like it should. They're winning, but they're not. It's not clicking. You know, not yet, but it's not clicking. There's a little off button there.
Yeah, it'll get there.
Yeah, it's only game 2. Plus, he missed some of the off season as well. So there's that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely will get there.
Yeah, but so you never. What game you looking forward to this week? What's your game?
My game is the Bucks and the Packers.
You looking for that?
Yeah, and I'm also looking forward to the Giants and the Cowboys.
All right, yeah, you mentioned that. All right.
That's
What
that's
about
gonna be
you,
a big
Matt?
game.
Besides the Jets?
Well, you said Miami plays the Bills, right? It's going to be a big one in the
Yeah,
divisions. That's a huge
yeah.
game. So yeah, I'm eyes on that for sure.
And who you taking?
Where's the game at? I didn't see where it is.
It's in Miami.
Yeah, back.
I might have to give it to the Dolphins then. They're hot right now. They're hot.
Yeah.
They're hot.
So you think they could challenge KC? Kansas City?
I just what'd you say, Ty?
Do
You think they
they
could challenge Kansas City?
What I didn't. What's you broke up a little bit. What was the game?
Do you think they can challenge Kansas City?
Oh, the Bills.
No. The Dolphins, Miami.
Yeah. So on that note, we're gonna leave Matt. Right. We're gonna take a short break. We're gonna come right back. And we'll see you in a moment.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
Hey, welcome back to the Live by the 3 podcast. Matt will be back on with us shortly. What's good, Tyler? We back.
What up, Chris?
Yeah, this weekend was awesome. Speaking of which, there was some NBA news that came out that validated my point last week with the racist owner for the Phoenix. So he's selling both the NBA and the WNBA team. He out of here.
Oh, did they announce
he's
that? I didn't
out?
see it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's why I said last week I didn't understand how he got to be suspended and fined, and keep the team. Who wants to work for somebody that's treating you in a certain way and calling you name? Yo, you out of here. He's out of here. So hopefully Diddy and Oprah can put some money together and we could get us a team, maybe even LeBron might be going to Phoenix. He might be an owner player or something like that. That's how it kind of works.
Yeah, it seemed like those guys put some pressure. Like LeBron made his statement, and Chris Paul, and I believe he's still the president of the Players Association, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure that pressure between those guys and others, turned it up a little bit, and they had to rethink that decision.
Yeah. Yo, what up, Stone Tone, man? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so I was happy about that. So when I saw that, I was like, I had to let you guys know. I was just like, yo, there's no way that team is coming back happy to play for that owner, even if he's suspended. But we got an answer there. And so that's we should see how the sale goes for that team and who's gonna buy it. Hopefully it'll be somebody that want to have ownership, get another black group up in there. But yeah, so this week we here, and the topic of the week this week is what was it? It's sports betting. Would you take the money? And pretty much, like, I don't know, like we all came up in the same time. Sports betting wasn't a thing. It was something people did when you go to a casino, or you did on the low, or you play your little games on the side. But in the last 5 years, you got sports betting commercials, apps. You got fantasy football for money, like $1 million games where they host games, and you can go to like a winner take all finale for fantasy. Yeah. So the topic of the day is sports betting. Would you take the money? But on the flip side, pro athletes are still getting suspended for gambling. And just recently, you have Calvin Ridley. He made a $1,500 bet that cost him millions of dollars. It cost him his whole contract. He got suspended with no pay. So it's like, why would you make that bet? And even if he would have won, he was never going to win what his contract was. So
That's
like,
an addiction, right?
Huh?
It's an addiction, right? That's what they say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Sean said he taking the money. You guys taking the money?
Yeah, I think I might take the money, depending on how much it is.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, Barkley's
What about you, Matt? Matt, you taking the money?
You take? Oh yeah, my bad.
It's hard for me to say yes and not. I know what y'all gonna say, but it's really just.
Oh, where's my shoes? Where's my shoes?
Yeah, right, exactly. But I'm not a gambler. Like, I'm not a casino guy. I'm not a gambler. You know what I mean? I don't play cards for money or anything like that. So for me, gambling is not a thing. So it's hard for me to fathom me being in that place where like that type of money would be on the line for me to, you know what I mean? Like that it's hard for me to envision that. So of course my answer is going to be no, but it's not for why y'all think. It's just because I can't really even, I can't even see myself like being comfortable enough to even put up money like that to be able to make some type of money for it to even be a thought as to it being worth it, I guess. Is
so let me ask you a question, Matt. As a coach, if you found out one of your players was point shaving, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't affect y'all losing, it just affected the point spread for winning, how would you deal with that?
Got to turn them in.
You turn them in?
Yeah.
Turn them in. Got to. Because
it's going to cost you your job.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So like, it's just like what you said about Calvin Ridley. Like, me not saying anything is, and that's like the Blue Chips thing that happened, right, from the movie Blue Chips with Nick Nolte. But at the end of the day, like, if it gets uncovered, you're getting fired. You're getting fired, and this is how I support my family. Is I pay my rent. You know what I mean? So, you know, you know, you could be my best player. You could be, you know, and yeah, it's going to be ugly and all of that. But if I cover it up or act like I don't know, and then it hits the fan, not only am I fired from that job, I'm never coaching again. Like, that's it. Career's over. So yeah, I would have to. Mm-hmm. I would have to.
So listen, so sports betting is $194.63 billion industry. And it just became legal across the US in all states and bless you, in 2019. That is crazy. And then also it's like 25,000 gambling businesses have been created since 2019. And also over 245,000 employees from gambling alone in the US. It's a global phenomenon, but it's only legal. It was legal in like Vegas, but all across US. And so you have like fantasy, there's like so many different ways to, it's not just your traditional of betting the line or the over or the under or parlays, or it's just you have fantasy. You like right now you could pick your favorite player or like and then you see it, like I don't know if you even see, like when you watch a game and they have the intermission and you watching like they talk about the game and then they plug in like, oh, you could bet this at the half, or you could do, we never seen this before. And then like you still have players like you said, Calvin Ridley being suspended, but it's such a global thing and it's legal. It's just it's becoming like blurred lines in my opinion. How do what you just gonna say, Tyler?
No, we're saying.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, how do you continue to regulate? I was reading, Shone said a good thing. He said, use one of your friends to make your bets. But then when you win the money, how you gonna get your money back from your friends? Like,
that's why you use your friends.
Right.
Yeah, then you expose yourself. Like, yeah, it was my bet. Like, that's another. Then you could try to use your woman, but then once they get their money, it might not be your woman anymore.
Find out who your friends are real quick.
Real quick. And that fantasy, I used to win about $15,000 a year playing fantasy sports. Easy.
Wow.
Easy. It was not that it was easy, but it was just like it's crazy, like the amount of money for creating a lineup off of $20.
Okay.
It's not. And then on top of that, that's why, like, I kind of stopped. I watch sports. I don't play fantasy now, but then that's when I stopped really rooting for teams and I started rooting for players.
Yeah. Listen.
And so it's fantasy, and a lot of like people, parents, like grandparents, like I watch people that won a lot of money with their family, and it's crazy. I'm sitting there like, yo, your mom was in the tournament and she took it.
Yeah.
On fantasy football. Fantasy basketball is tough. Fantasy basketball stuff.
Now, what's the difference between? I'm not the sport, but I know just from life, because I played fantasy football one time and I just couldn't get into it. I didn't last past like the third week. But what's the difference between, like, I know fantasy football, you pick like your offensive players and then you pick your team's defense as a whole, right? Is that generally how it works? Mm-hmm. How does it work for basketball? Is it the similar thing or is it a different system?
Nah, you pick your forwards, your guards, and your center.
Yep.
And
it's just offense or is it defense also?
No, but basketball you play.
So
offense.
I'm saying it's two ways. So it's whatever. So it's just
right.
Whatever
And that's the thing too. You have to check the scoring system. So like in football, there's one site where touchdowns mean more than anything. Mm-hmm. So your yardage could be great, but if you don't get a touchdown, you're losing to somebody whose team has more touchdowns overall. Mm-hmm. Then you have another site where yardage is king and touchdowns are okay. But so you have to watch. And in basketball, it's the same way. It's like, how many points is a rebound? How many points is a block shot? How much is a steal? And how much is actual points? So if you hit a three, how many points you're going to get? Like if you got Steph Curry and he's hitting threes, that might be the highest point. So he could go good. But at the same time, everything is financial. So you have a budget. So you have to manage your budget. So if they're charging you, if your budget is $60,000, but it costing you $20,000 to get Steph Curry, how are you going to fill out the rest of your team? And if you don't go for a certain amount of points, you're going to lose.
Right.
And basketball is the hard. I win maybe in the playoffs, but I never won real money in basketball. It's tough, and also that load management. Because you don't even know. You're thinking like 5 minutes before lock, boom. Oh, LeBron, he's not coming in today. What? And I just paid 15, whatever amount of money for him, and I can't switch. I can't. It's frozen. Load management is disgusting, and they don't notify you. And then in baseball, the freaking what was the team? Houston. I wanted to sue, man. They cost me so much. I lost a lot of money in Houston because they were cheating. They had all the cameras up. So if you pick a good batter going in Houston, they ain't hitting shit the whole weekend because they got them recorded the sign. So they know what to, you know what I mean? Like they were cheating. So you just like, oh, yeah.
So you're a gambler, Chris.
Nah, I like fantasy. I don't do the over under. I did do picks, like where you do pick'ems, like like my uncle, he had a group and it was like 100 people. It was like either $300 to $400 a person. So at the end, you get a lump sum. You get like a few thousand. You get like maybe $8,000 or something. But every week you win like $600 for the number one team, and the number two team will get like $100 or something. but that was just pick 'em. There's no points. There's no. You just have to pick. And the cats, like I won every year a week, but there was people there that were just like perfect, like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I'm like, God damn, they picked all the like perfect, the upsets, everything. It's just it was very competitive. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm not into gambling.
Huh? What'd you
I
say?
ain't into gambling like that.
Do y'all do March Madness pools?
Yeah, that too. Yep.
I've done
Money?
that before, yeah.
For money, like put money in the pot, and then whoever wins gets okay.
You do that,
Yeah.
Matt? Or can you do it?
Okay, sorry.
You don't do it, or you do it because of your profession, or you just like.
I mean, I did it when I was younger, like in high school, but I haven't done it. And actually, the last one I did my senior year, I won the pot. It was 97, so I picked Kentucky when everybody was picking Arizona, so I won that one. But yeah, no, I haven't done it since. I'll print out the bracket and just do my own little, not for money obviously, but just go through the bracket and see see if I pick winners and stuff like that for myself, but not for money.
We should do one. Like in March, in a couple months, we should just get one. We should do one. Throw some money in there. See what happens.
I can't. I'll let y'all do the money. I can't do the money.
I was thinking we should all get like 4 picks, like just for fun, and see whose 4 picks win like every week or something like that. I was thinking just like not for money, but just for bragging rights or fun.
We should do 6 each, Chris. I'll take an extra 2 and put Matt's name, and you take an extra 2 and put Matt's name on there. That way, he's not participating.
Yeah, I'm not participating. You're jamming me up.
Yo, Stone Tone said Jeff Bezos is in a lead potential buyer for the Suns and the Mercury.
Now, is that something like, is that legit, or are they just saying it because he's got billions? I don't know. I mean, I'm asking because I don't even know if he's into sports. I'm just legit asking. I don't even know if he's into it.
Yeah, but if you really think about it, a lot of powerful people just own sports teams. You don't even have to like sports.
That's true.
You know what's funny? Like, we talk sports, we like sports, we watch, but the owners don't give a fuck. They don't really care who wins. They want us to continue to buy merchandise. Like, look at the damn Knicks. They don't win, but they make the most money. They're one of the most profitable teams that hasn't won shit in 30, 40 years. But financially, the owner of the Knicks is making a killing.
But see, but again, like we talked about, I think it was either last week or the week before, those situations are a little bit different because of the market that you're in. So number one, you have a fan base that goes back generations. You know what I mean? Like, so they go back generations of Knicks fans. So you're always going to have those those hardcore built-in fans. And in New York, you're playing at the Garden. It's all of that. So it's a little bit easier to draw attention to your team and stuff like that. So yeah, they on one hand they may want to win, but they know just because of the nature of that beast and that machine that's already been built up, it's already set a little way. A smaller market team like Phoenix, you got to do, you know what I mean? You got to do a little more to build that and turn that profit. So it's the dynamics are a little bit different. It's just like the Jets. Jets is one of the highest attendance. The attendant lead the league. The Jets and the Giants lead the league in attendance every year. Do they? Along with Dallas, it's just Now it's not always Jets fans. It's not always Jets fans, but
it's corporate.
It's corporate, and then also people want, hey, let's take a trip to New York and go watch our favorite team play, whether I'm from Pittsburgh, whether I'm from Cincinnati, whatever. So they make the trip to New York. They make a weekend out of it. You know what I mean?
But isn't it profit sharing
in the
NFL?
They're number 2 in the league right now.
Yeah. Always are. Oh, they're always top 3. It's like the Cowboys, the Jets, Giants, and
Isn't it profit sharing in the NFL though?
Yes. Yeah. The NFL and the NBA probably do the best job of like keeping that balance.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So it's like it kind of evens out.
But that's the thing. That's the same thing that the Jets fans complain about, is that it's the Johnson family that owns the Jets. It's the Johnson and Johnson family, right? From the Johnson and Johnson family, and their whole thing is like the attendance is always high. They sell parking, they sell concessions, they sell jerseys. So they don't really care that much whether the team wins or loses, because at the end of the day, they're getting money. So, that's one of the complaints that they have about the ownership, is that they don't feel they have an incentive to really invest in the team itself as far from a football perspective, because, they're turning a profit anyway, just because of the nature of, the market and how it's built up already.
And Tyler, you posted something a while ago of like fans are more faithful to their teams than their wives.
No, Knicks fans.
Huh?
Knicks fans, Cowboys fans, Giants fans, extremely faithful.
Extremely faithful. Like
Matt, no. We'll speak on that, Matt.
Yeah. Come on, Mr. Barkley.
Y'all tripping.
No,
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Why do you think that is though? Like, why do you think like
I think it's just generational. Listen, I always tell people this, and y'all have all experienced it. Like, so this is just an example of it, right? So you have generations of Knicks fans. They're one of the oldest teams, but it's another piece. Like, I've been to NBA games at other NBA arenas. It's nice. They do all the bells and whistles. They, all the stuff is nice and all of that. When you walk into the Garden and you come off the mezzanine or you come off the tunnel or when you walk out on it, it's just a different feel, man. Being, what I mean? It's just different. It's just different.
Yeah.
Like being at Madison Square Garden for a game is just it just feels different. It looks different. At Madison Square Garden it's not even close to being, an updated arena with all the amenities and all of that, and all the fireworks and pyro that they do at other spots. But you come through that tunnel, man, and you walk out there, you taking the escalator, whatever it is, when you get in there, it's just different, man.
At what point does the abuse stop though? Like, all that is good, but like we talking 20 something years with like, next year we're gonna do it, and like,
but it's just like you see, right? Like, remember those videos that went viral when the Knicks when the Knicks made the playoffs and they were filming all the people outside the Garden. You remember that video that went viral and people going crazy?
Yeah.
You don't see that at other. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see that at Phoenix. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different. You don't see that.
But
it's just not like that.
I'm gonna say I like Brooklyn better. I like being in Barclay.
Barclays is nice in there. It's nice.
Huh?
It's not nice arena. Very
nice. Yeah. I like it better than the Garden.
It's not the Garden though.
I like it better than the Garden, man. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn?
Yeah, they do. That I can't really go with that part, but that's for a different show. That Queens and Brooklyn thing, I can't do that. I can't walk in somewhere talking about Brooklyn. I can't do that.
Nah, I love that energy, man. It's exciting.
Yeah.
On a side note, though, going to basketball games more than football, you see a lot of different kind of women at basketball games. And it's like a fashion show. There's a whole other entertainment going on besides basketball at a basketball game. But at a football game, you're not seeing that.
Basketball, you can sit right on the floor. You know what I mean?
Basketball has a lot of attractive women going to those games.
Football, you're further away from the field, and
you got the weather.
Yeah. Different environment.
Yep. You're not gonna see Lizzo in a thong.
How do you feel about Lizzo in a thong?
You ain't gonna see that at a Giants game.
You talking to Chris, right?
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to Chris. How you feel about Lizzo in a thong?
It's her prerogative. I don't want to see it, but it's what she wanted to do.
I already know how Matt feels about that.
I would have tried to get my money back for my tickets.
I say, listen, it's her. She paid for a seat. I guess she could wear whatever she wants.
Yeah, we don't want to get Matt in trouble if he said he liked it.
I wasn't there. I saw articles on it. Tweets about it.
Pull a pick up, Chris. Pull a pick up, Chris. Put it on the screen. I know you can do it. So you can show Matt.
Yeah, the shoes, the tap dance.
Ain't no
Nah,
tap dancing.
but basketball games, you see a lot. Like it's even if the game isn't good, I've had so much fun in the crowd, and then like I said, it's very colorful with the people. You
No, you
know,
can't be.
especially I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe not in Phoenix or somewhere else, but going to the Barclay or going to the Garden, you
It's an,
get a show within a show.
it's an event. It's an event. No
Yeah,
question
it's a
about it.
super event.
Especially you go to the Garden for a Knicks game. You got the celebrities there front. It's just, and that's again another part. Like a Phoenix game. You know, maybe you might get somebody that's from Phoenix come pop through every once in a game, but you go to a Garden on any, just like you said, any given night. Doesn't have to be a big game, whatever, but any given night, because of the corporate and all of that, what they do, you're gonna see at least 5-6 celebrities
Yeah.
sitting around on the floor. So you got that whole vibe, and they put them up on the screen. It's just it's New York. I've never been to a game at the at like the Staples. Like I've never been to a Lakers game, out there or anything like that. And I'm sure it's somewhat similar. It's just with the celebrities and all that. But Staples isn't the Garden.
Yeah. Now, a friend of mine invited me. There was an HBU event
Okay,
this Saturday.
at the Giants.
He was
Yep.
tailgating. Yeah. Have you ever tailgated?
So I coached at Howard for 5 years. So I went to Howard homecoming for 5 straight years, and that's an event. That's an event.
Mm,
Mhm.
That's a whole nother. That's a different level of event. That's big time. So being able to be go to the events around homecoming and then go to the homecoming game and all of that. That's it's a lot of a lot of celebrities, and it's hard. I honestly, the biggest takeaway I get from it, and this is aside, but this is my coaching thing, right? Is I don't know how the coaches can get the players to focus with all of that. Like I remember one homecoming game, and they're playing, and like Method Man was he wasn't the grand marshal of the parade, but he was like involved in it, and he's like on the sideline, and this is 10 years ago, so he's a little younger, a little goofier, and he's like messing around in the huddle and talking to the players and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, my man is trying to coach and tell these dudes what to do, and you got Method Man over here. He trying to take pictures with him and do all this stuff in the middle of the game. I'm like, yo, like, but he can't say anything. He can't kick Method Man off the field or kick him out. You know what I mean? Like he just
yeah.
gotta roll with it and try to still coach his team. But then the people in the stands, they're mad if they're losing. Like, and don't let them play like Hampton or something like that. Like a big rivalry game at homecoming. If you lose, oh, they're on your head. You know what I mean? But you're
Yeah.
trying to coach in the midst of all of this craziness that's going on and trying to keep your kids focused. But that's an event for sure. No question.
Wow.
Big one.
Hey, Tyler, when you were playing, was there any like celebrity or superstar or anybody that threw you off like that you saw that kind of like you were taken back a little bit or surprised?
Nah, nobody. Mm-mm. No,
Wow.
nobody. I mean, playing in a black college is it's just so much going on, man. It's just any given day, it's parties. You walk into the yards, it's music,
Yeah.
DJs.
Yep,
It's just a whole nother level.
it
You
is.
know what?
Yeah.
We're gonna get to this in the basketball season, but I kind of find like the NBA, these young cats playing it, they don't have the same passion that I grew up watching when you watch just everybody play. Like I felt like no name people had more heart than some of these people playing in the NBA today. What's your take?
I don't know. I think they have heart. It's just different. It's a different type of passion. They grew up differently.
Mm,
They have different moves. They do things differently. They're a little more creative, expressive, with the dancing and stuff like that. I think they have a lot of I mean, we grew up, it was hard, we didn't
yeah.
really, we couldn't really be creative we didn't have no examples to be as creative as they are now. But I think the
Mm.
passion that they have now is, I think the passion is on point.
So
I don't personally think the passion is a question.
so question. The NFL season started. We in game, we're going on week 3. Do you prefer NFL or NBA?
Me, NFL.
Matt? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So I guess I would have to say that I don't follow either very closely. So I would probably have to say NFL just because I do follow the Jets, like, up and down. So, and I don't follow any NBA team like that. So I would probably have to say the NFL just by default because of that.
Yeah, I love basketball more. But
Who's your favorite player? Did we just establish who your favorite player is in basketball?
Jordan?
That's yours?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Who is yours?
Isaiah Thomas.
Really? Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I yeah. He broke my heart going up, but I respect the shit out of him now.
So y'all always want to get on me about my takes. Is he better than John Stockton?
Who?
Isaiah Thomas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm asking Tom.
Listen, but your takes is no. Your story is a little different. Like, hey, Charles Barkley, sign my teddy bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little different, yo. I just say he's my favorite player. You had a whole backstory.
But I'm not talking about fandom. I'm just talking about strictly basketball.
What do you think? You think he's better than John Stockton?
I think Isaiah was a better overall player, but I would rather have John Stockton as the point guard on my team.
Why?
I just think he's outside of Magic Johnson, that's a whole nother level. I just think that he's the best point guard I ever saw.
Yeah, okay. We just lost Tyler. You know what? I would take Jason Kidd over both of them, but that's just me.
Jason Kidd's a talent.
Jason Kidd, I would want him to coach. I would want him to lead my team.
I missed the part with you because I know Isaiah Thomas is a champion at every level.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what I said, Ty, was I think Isaiah Thomas was a better overall player and more talented, but I'd rather have John Stockton on my team as my point guard. Is what I said.
Yeah,
John Stockton's not a winner though.
I wouldn't say that. I thought he played with a mediocre player as his best player.
He still wasn't. He didn't win nothing.
I mean,
he mediocre. Carmelo was mediocre.
He didn't win in college either, did he?
See, he's biased. See, we try to go through a whole episode without talking about power forward, and you see how he tried to
right?
He brought that in there. We tried not to talk about it. We tried.
Listen. What's the difference between game wise? What's the difference between Charles Oakley and Karl Malone? Game wise.
Charles Barkley and Karl Malone?
No. Charles Oakley. No, Charles Oakley.
Oh, Charles. Offensively, it's a huge difference.
Oakley ain't got no offense.
Okay, let's put it this way. How many times in your lifetime have you heard the phrase Stockton to Malone?
Every game.
All day, right? All day,
yeah.
All day. That's why he's got so many points. It's because of John Stockton.
Yeah, but you're saying mediocre, though.
Yes. If he didn't have John Stockton on his team, he would be I would give him a slightly above average career. He would not be a Hall of Famer if he didn't have John Stockton on his team. He couldn't manufacture. He wasn't a self-manufacturing player. He got the motherload of his buckets.
He averaged 25 points though.
You know what?
And how many times in your lifetime have you heard the phrase Stockton to Malone?
Yeah, but
25 points is still 25 points though.
Yeah, and it was very basic. It wasn't like some magic type. It was just he passed it, Malone shot it and hit it. It was very basic.
That's what I'm saying.
It was basic. It was very basic, man. But listen,
what I'm saying.
We're entering the last minute of the show. I want to thank everybody for watching. Any parting words, Matt and Tyler?
We got to continue this the next show.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to continue this the next show.
We got to continue this the next show for sure. Yeah, Malone was crazy in the mid-range. Anyway, I'm Chris. With Matt, Tyler, we say good night. We'll see you next week.
Let's go, G.